There's an abandoned mental asylum with such a terrible past. We aren't allowed to mention its name. Its shocking history is validated by those who venture inside this terrifying place.
A closed mental hospital somewhere in New England. Its history is so grim, the exact location cannot be revealed.
I've seen abuse, I've seen patients beaten. It was horrible.
These people were strapped down, had bare electrodes stuck on their heads, and were entreated to a series of memory-erasing pulses of electricity. This location, I've heard about the murder involving a female patient who was, if not brutally killed, at least brutally dismembered by another patient, then buried in a couple separate packages on the property.
The history of mental abuse, torture, and even murder led to the closing of the hospital in 1990.
Just outrageous stuff that you wouldn't want done to an animal, never mind another human being. It was worse than a mental ward. It was like hell. Hell on earth.
The hospital caught the attention of a website that documents abandoned locations.
I've always wondered what goes on in these buildings, abandoned and left there to rot. I can see the insides of some of these places, and it's really great. The website, I've had it for about 2 years. I try to share as many photographs and stories as I can of my explorations. So the website is to share the photos and adventure stories as well.
Julia brings adventurers together to help photograph bizarre and abandoned locations. The mission in New England to photograph key rooms inside the mental hospital.
I expect that we'll find a lot of the records and a lot of the patient effects in close to the same condition that they left them.
Julia, nice to meet you.
I'm Rob.
I do get a lot of email from people who would like to go on expeditions with me, and I contact them, and these people seem just very interested.
I'm always the one cowering, like in the back of the movie theater, and right now I'm pretty nervous.
There's an opportunity to actually take part in this. I jumped on the opportunity. I didn't even think twice about it.
I've done this quite often, and I have to tell you that it can be a little bit dangerous. A lot of the times in these places we have broken staircases, we may have collapsed floors, so we have to be very, very careful about everything. I can assure you, it's a dangerous location. I'm going to take the lead, and Aaron's going to follow up in the rear just to make sure no one gets lost or hurt or anything like that. It's really wet here. Aaron, do we want to go this way?
We're going to want to go over here.
If you're exploring inside a city, you should watch out for other people. So it's probably not good to do it by yourself. A group of 2 or 3 people is better. This is for electroshock surgery. These look really old.
Yeah.
I've heard stories about specific murder that took place here.
Are you talking
really
about the dismemberment one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty gruesome one. That's really kind of creepy. But there was a murder here that I find particularly fascinating, which it caused a big scandal several years ago. A male mental patient murdered a female mental patient. This woman got dismembered, and they found her in several holes buried on campus. Before they found the murderer, they found someone else playing with 7 of her teeth. So, I mean, that's something to think about, what kind of place this was where that could happen, you know.
The escaped murderer was never captured. Some believe he lurks inside the mental hospital.
Disgusting. knows how long it was sitting here.
Looks like I might have had a broken leg or something and then just was left here.
See, that's the stuff that makes this place so like
Creepy.
creepy. There's just these things lying around.
Every hospital has a morgue, so I'm assuming there's going to be a morgue around here. And most morgues have tunnel access.
The smell is awful. Breathe through your mouth.
What are they? Blood tests.
Blood test, it looks like. They've got dates and names on them.
I thought I heard a noise.
What's going on?
I'm sorry.
What's the matter?
There's someone back there.
Let's get out of here.
There's this guy. As soon as we went back there, he started to move. We were in the morgue area, and I was going to check out the back, and I just saw like this. I just saw a leg, and like it started to move, and we just got out of there because I didn't want to find out who it was.
That's pretty creepy that someone's sleeping in the morgue.
We didn't wait around to figure out who it was.
No, we bolted out of there.
We have all kind of walked away with a sense of what we shouldn't be aware of, what we're not supposed to know, because they don't want people to know what happened here.
Right.